What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the God Next podcast. I'm your host, Mitchell Baldwin, with my co-host, Dono and Bennet.
Yeah.
And we got Bennett Nate Ash back on the show today, talk about some NFL. How you doing, B?
How you guys doing? Good to be back.
Sure, good stuff. So we're going to be talking about some notable games from last week. This week, we're going to be covering Week 3 action and just going through these games, talking about who's going to win. We're going to go through who won last week's pick 'em payoff. We're going to see who got the best record so far. And that's just what we're going to do for this show. So hope you guys like the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of that type of stuff. Show us some love and enjoy the intro.
You ready to play, boy?
Yo, turn it up, Slay. I can't hear nothing.
So last week, updated standings. We had the good Bennett Bones Nate Ash, 11-5 week form in week 2. So his overall record moves up to 18-14 so far through the first 2 weeks. We got my man Mitch last week, 10-6. Just a great week for everybody all around, 17-15 overall on the season for Mitch. So it's a long way to go here. And then last week, I was 13-3 and finished 22-10 for the first 2 weeks. So early lead, but with a very long season ahead, so who knows what will happen. There will be a lot of upsets this year, so just stay tuned.
Real quick, we're just going to recap week 2. I had a Thursday night thriller, Washington beating the Giants, Bears beat Bengals, Browns beat Texans, Rams beat Colts, Bills killed the Dolphins, Patriots beat the Jets, Niners beat the Eagles in a close one, Raiders got the upset over the Steelers, Panthers smashed the Saints, Broncos beat the Jags, Cardinals squeaked by the Vikings off a missed field goal. Tampa Bay did what we all knew they were going to do to the Falcons. Cowboys won a thriller against the Chargers. Titans as well won a thriller in overtime against the Seahawks. And the Ravens got the upset of the week over the Chiefs. And then obviously Monday night, the Packers do what we all knew they were going to do to the Lions. No way Aaron Rodgers is going to have 2 games like that in a row. So that does it for our week 2 recap.
Let's do performer of the week for last week.
Yeah, of course.
All right, you can go ahead and start. Who's your performer of the week for last week?
Well, just considering the circumstances, all right, I'll put it this way. Lamar obviously had the biggest game considering the circumstances. He finally beat the Chiefs. However, it's only week 2. Kyler Murray again, I think had a game for the ages, and obviously, but my performer for the week obviously is Tom Brady because he threw 5 touchdowns and didn't throw a pick, so that's just flawless. But it's kind of obviously Brady's going to do that to the Falcons, so I'm not most impressed with Brady, but he obviously I think gets Air Player of the Week, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Yeah. I could definitely see how you go Kyler Murray again. I definitely want to go Kyler Murray again. But this week, I'll show some love to the running backs. Derrick Henry had just a crazy performance up in Seattle. I think he had all 3 of his touchdowns in the second half and 100-plus yards in the second half. So Derrick Henry just had a crazy week, much-needed win for the Titans. So I'm going Derrick Henry. What about you, Mitch?
I'm going to either go with Aaron Rodgers or Derrick Henry. I do like the Derrick Henry pick. But Aaron Rodgers just showed everybody again why he was MVP last year, and all that talk seemed like nobody got nothing to say now. I think it's funny. So, yeah, man, he shut everybody up with that. He had 4 touchdowns, I believe it was, and 0 interceptions, just like Tom Brady, except for he was 1 touchdown less. So, definitely good week for Aaron Rodgers. So, I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers this week.
And how could I forget? I have this guy in 2 of my fantasy leagues, Aaron Jones, 4 touchdowns last night. The dude just went off. So, there are a lot of great performers this past week. So, you can't really go wrong with any of those guys that we all just mentioned. So, with that being said, you guys ready to talk about some week 3?
Yeah, let's get to it.
All right, so we got the Thursday night matchup. The Panthers are going to Houston to play the Texans. And Texans, I believe, I forget the name of the quarterback who's starting, but Tyrod Taylor pulled his hamstring. What's his name? David something? David
Davis Mills, yeah.
Davis Mills, yeah. Well, with that being said, I'm going to go with the Panthers. I'm going to have to go with them to continue their hot start and begin the season 3-0. You guys got something to say?
Panthers.
Big McCaffrey fan over here. I got Panthers, so.
Alrighty. Unanimous there. All right, next to the 1 o'clock games on Sunday, we got Washington traveling to Buffalo to play the Bills. Kudos to the Redskins the Washington football team for getting in the division, making it a competitive division like it always is. But I watched the Bills do what they did to the Dolphins last week, and I'm going with the Bills.
I fully agree with you. I like the Heineke story. Who knows what he could be for it, but Buffalo at home, I'm taking Buffalo.
I'm gonna go ahead and take Buffalo. I'm just really upset that the Washington's defense just hasn't looked like what I thought it was gonna look like coming into the season so far. They've had 2 really close games, and their defense has done nothing for me on fantasy. So I'm a rock with the other team for this week.
Not to mention the Bills' defense looked flawless in the first 2 games. They pretty much shut down the Steelers, and they literally shut out the Dolphins. So
yeah, and the thing is, I don't think the Redskins really have an offense to stick with some of these teams. So if their defense ain't really clicking, I don't really see anything for them doing.
That's facts. You hit that on the nose.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and rock with the Bills for this week.
Next, we got the Bears at the Browns. This week in particular sounds like a lot of games, where the upset isn't possible. But this is one of the rare cases. I'm gonna go with the Bears in this one, even if Fields starts. They haven't named the starter for this week yet, but I think the Browns are a little injured. Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry probably both going to miss the game this week. And the Bears have a good defense, so if the Browns are one-dimensional, can only run the ball, I think that's the way the Bears can get in the game and steal an upset on the road.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Bennett? I actually like that pick. I like the Bears pick you just had there. So you know what? Justin Fields' first start. I'm going the Bears too. I like Chicago.
Man, I'm gonna have to say Bears here too, just because I like the point that you made up with Jarvis Landry being out as well as Odell being out, and then Baker Mayfield. It's gonna be hard for him, man, especially with Khalil Mack on that other side trying to get to him, man. I think it's gonna be a rough week. I'm not gonna lie, so I'm gonna rock with the Bears.
Yeah, and we all like this upset. Let's see if anyone picks an upset here. I'm certainly not. The Ravens are going to Detroit to play the Lions. As much as I'd love to see the Lions win that game, I just don't think it's possible. The Ravens just got too many weapons. Jared Goff ain't outworking Lamar in this game. The Ravens all day.
We can just go to the next game, honestly.
Yeah, I got nothing to say.
All right. Next, we got the Colts at the Titans. I really want to take the Colts, but Carson Wentz's health is a big question. He has a sprain on both ankles, and there's no way the Titans should lose that game if Wentz doesn't play. But even if he does play, he's like 50% maybe. And I mean, I kind of feel the Colts are a decent team, but they just have a brutal start to their schedule. Playing the Seahawks and Rams at home in the first 2 weeks, and going to Tennessee. I mean, the Seahawks beat the Colts on the road, but couldn't beat the Titans at home. So to me, that kind of says the Titans will beat the Colts this week. That's my analysis.
Yeah, I feel like the Titans with that Seahawks game might hit their stride a little bit and go on a little winning streak here. So I like the Titans at home, a bounce back game from that debacle they had at home against the Cardinals a couple weeks ago.
I think Dono talked about it already with Derrick Henry going off for the week he went off for last week, and I think Julio Jones looked a lot better in that week as well. So I think the Titans really only going to go up from here. So I got the Titans.
All right, next we got the Chargers going up Kansas City to play the Chiefs. There's no way, in my opinion, that the Chiefs are going to lose back-to-back. So give me the Chiefs in this one.
Yeah, the Chiefs just had a rare performance last week. That was Mahomes' first ever pick.
And lost in September.
And in the month of September, like 3 or 4 years. So no way he loses 2 straight. I got Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs here. No argument here.
Yeah.
All right, here's one that can get a little competitive, I think. Saints are going to New England, play the Patriots. At Foxborough, I'm leaning towards the Patriots. I really want to pick the Saints, but give me the Patriots in this game.
Yeah, both 2 really good coaches, so you can't really say there's a full edge coach in here, but Belichick has 7 rings. Sean Payton has 1. I like the Patriots.
For me, Jameis Winston just looked really bad last week, and as much as I want to also pick the Saints, I think that the Patriots just have too many weapons, and then also the coaching advantage, like we talked about, Dono. So I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
All right, next we got Atlanta going to the Meadowlands to play the Giants. I'm actually going to pick the Falcons in this one in an upset, even though they're both pretty bad teams. I want to pick the Falcons just because the Giants kind of strike me as a team that figures out ways to lose games, even though the Falcons have been that team for God knows how long, ever since they lost that Super Bowl. I think they get a rare win in this one in a close battle.
I actually like the Giants this week. I feel like Saquon's starting to slowly get his legs back underneath him. Daniel Jones just sliced up Washington last week, even though he'll probably be terrible against the Falcons. I just think Saquon's going to have a huge week. I like the Giants.
I like the Giants as well. I think Saquon's going to have a good week as well, Daniel Jones.
Alrighty, next we got Bengals going to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers. Steelers obviously, lacked last game. They had a lot of injuries on defense. Derek Carr carved them up like he carved the Ravens up in week 1. And, Big Ben, TJ Watt, probably both going to play, but not 100%. I'm going to go on a limb and say our season is pretty much over if we do not win this game at home against the Bengals. So I'm going to pick the Steelers, hoping that it's not crystal clear that the season's over this early in the year.
Yeah, I like the Steelers. It's hard betting against Joe Burrow in most occasions, but I feel like this is more of a must-win for the Steelers than it is for the Bengals. I like Pittsburgh.
I don't like the Pittsburgh offensive line, and I think that if they were a little bit better, Najee Harris would be able to do what he's able to do, and he hasn't been able to do that. Ben Roethlisberger also hasn't looked very well very good this so far. So I'm gonna rock with the Bengals, actually, shockingly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, next we got the Cardinals going to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for the Cardinals to lose this game, even though I don't really think they're consistent yet. I think Kyler Murray's too good to lose this game, and obviously DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Christian Kirk are pretty dirty receiving trio. I got the Cards in this one.
Cardinals. Yeah, without a doubt. Cardinals.
Cardinals, I don't think there's a question about it. And Dono, I just want to point out that you said that Kyler Murray was going to have a standout year this year, and so far he's doing just that. I agree with you on that point. So Kyler Murray for MVP so far.
Yeah, loving Kyler, definitely.
Next to the 4:00 games, we got the Jets going to Denver to play the Broncos. Broncos, not a lot of people had them being that good this year, but they're 2-0 and on the verge of being 3-0. I think they get the 3-0 because they have a solid defense, and Zach Wilson's not looked good yet this year. I mean, he plays for the Jets, so no quarterback has really looked good there. Hopefully he turns things around, but I don't think it's going to be in his rookie year. Give me the Broncos.
Yeah, I like Broncos. 2 rookie quarterbacks 2 weeks in a row. The Broncos are just going to keep winning. Right now, I like the Broncos to go 3-0.
Oh, yeah, I got the Broncos.
Alrighty, next we got Miami going to Vegas to play the Raiders. Part of me wants to say the Raiders aren't going to stay hot all year, but with Tua possibly not playing, I don't know what his status is. I think the Raiders, are riding a hot streak right now, and I don't think it ends this week, so I got the Raiders.
Yeah, I like the Raiders. I feel like all the undefeated teams so far, like all surprises, the Raiders, the Broncos, the Panthers. Nobody really expected them maybe to be undefeated to this point, but I feel like the Raiders keep riding their hot streak as well. I got them going 3-0. I think Waller has a huge week.
Man, Derek Carr has been amazing these first 2 games.
That guy.
Yeah, I got Derek Carr. I can't go against him right now. He's riding a super hot streak right now. I got Derek Carr and the Raiders.
All right, next we got the Bucs going to LA for the game of the week to play the Rams. God, this is a hard pick to make. I'm actually gonna go with the Rams just because it's a regular season game. Obviously, this is playoffs. I wouldn't go against Brady, but Stafford's doing really well right now at the Rams. They kind of have built a certain confidence on defense with obviously Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, the best at their positions. Defense stellar. They perform well when they need to. Obviously, I think this week could get high scoring, but I mean, I'm just gonna roll the dice and go with the Rams in this one.
I'm actually going to go with Tampa right here. I know it's regular season, so it's easier to bet against Brady, but it's still not that easy of a pick for me. I feel like the Buccaneers I feel like they got all the chemistry together now. And this Rams game is going to be a great game, but I don't know. Something's just telling me Tampa. I got Brady throwing for like 300 and maybe 3-4 passing touchdowns again. I think he's going to have a good game.
I'm also going to go with the Bucs on this one. I know that you were talking about his regular season, but I think Brady got something to prove this year. You know what I mean? I think he's going for the MVP this year. Aaron Rodgers got it last year. I don't see why another old quarterback can't get it this year. And he's been great so far. So I'm going to rock with Tom Brady.
Think about Brady already got MVP at 40. What if he gets it at 44? That would just be.
And I feel like that's the only motivation he has now at this point other than championships. It's just like, I might go ahead and get MVP. So I'm rocking with Tom Brady.
I think like this will definitely be game of the week. Like it can go either way.
It's going to be a highly contested battle for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
All right, for the final 4-25 game, we got the Seahawks going to Minnesota to play the Vikings. I actually think this game's going to be really, really close because the Vikings feel like they're too good to go 0-3, I feel like, even though they're not that good. And Kirk Cousins has actually been playing like pretty damn well for them. He's not the reason they lost either game. But at the end of the day, the Seahawks are, I think, a better team, and they're just as desperate to not go 1-2 in their in the division that they can't afford to, fall behind in. So I'm going to say Russell Wilson has another like magic performance against the Vikings. Vikings-Seahawks games are always super close. It's finally in Minnesota this year, but I'm going to say Vikings win on like a, miraculous game-winning drive with Russ being Russ.
You say you got the Seahawks or Vikings?
I got the Seahawks, yep.
Seahawks, yeah. I'm going Seahawks too. I've seen Kirk Cousins firsthand when he played for the football team, and he does that to you. He'll have a great regular season, but when it matters most, you need him to come through for you. He won't come through, and the Vikings need him most this week to not start 0-3, and he won't come through. We've seen it time and time again with that guy. He's no Seahawks.
Seahawks here. I think that their overall team is just better, and I think that I'm always going to take Russell Wilson in the beginning of the regular season, man. So
Yeah.
I'm taking Russell Wilson over Kirk Cousins. I don't think that there's any debate there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, and then for Sunday Night Football, we got the Packers at the Niners. Aaron Rodgers always seems to struggle against the 49ers. 0-3 against them in the playoffs, obviously. When the Niners were actually healthy 2 years ago, they killed them on Sunday Night Football. Then clobbered them again in the NFC Championship, ran all over them. It's funny how the Niners just always win with Jimmy Garoppolo, even though he's pretty damn average, or at least it seems that way. But I'm gonna go with the Niners to continue the hot start. I think they got good enough defense to they're not gonna obviously. I don't think they're gonna shut out Aaron Rodgers, but I think they'll make plays on defense and obviously keep the game close. And I just think they have the tools on offense to win the game at home. Deebo Samuel's having a great year. Kittle, is just going to be a dog. And maybe they'll get Trey Lance involved in some way. But I'm going to go with the Niners.
Yeah, I think I'm going with the Niners as well. The Packers was my hot take pick to make the Super Bowl this year. But what I've seen from their defense so far has just been awful. Their defense has been non-existent. They let the lowly Lions for a half last night kind of give them some work. The Lions were giving the Packers some work. So I'm going with the 49ers. I think they'll just control the clock, run the football, play strong defense. I got the Niners.
It's always risky going being different just because you might take the extra L, might get the extra dub. You never know. So I am going to go with the Packers, shockingly here. No real reason behind it just other than Aaron Rodgers, and I think that he I don't see them going, 1-2 at that point. I don't see that really happening. So I'm gonna rock with the Packers.
Okay.
And then finally we got Monday Night Football, and it's the Eagles going to Dallas to play the Cowboys. Part of me really wants to take the Eagles because they've been playing really good defense this year. But at the same time, I just don't see, Jalen Hurts outwork Cowboys. It could be a high-scoring game, maybe. I just think Dak's got too many weapons. I know the NFC East is always inconsistent. You can never pick a game correctly, consistently in that division. But give me the Cowboys. It's early in the year.
Yeah, give me Dallas as well. I think the Eagles just recently lost Brandon Graham for the year. I think he tore his Achilles. So that's one of the best pass rushers, and one of Dallas's strengths is their offensive line. So
that's their leader on defense too.
Exactly. So I think Tony Pollard might have a pretty solid game here, and CeeDee Lamb. I'm not really too sold on the Eagles corners, so I can see CeeDee Lamb just having a crazy week here. I like Dallas, even though it pains me to say that.
I like Dallas. I mean, you already look at our high-powered offense, and then on top of that, we're playing competent defense this year. So I don't see the Eagles being able to keep up with our offense at all, and especially with their pass rusher being out, I don't really see them really doing anything to us while we're on the offensive end. So I got the Cowboys. That's going to do it for this episode of the God Next podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that type of stuff. Let us know your week 3 picks, who you got winning. Let us know your performer of the week for last week as well. And I hope you guys watching with us for next week, man.